Hey gang, welcome to another Steven Universe recap vlog. Today's episode is Historical Friction. It's a Jamie and Pearl filler episode, but it's got a really good message, so it's all good. Let's get the recap started. Jamie invites Steven to audition to a play that he's running that's funded by Mayer Dewie, written by Mayer Dewie, and is not completely accurate to his story. It's all about Mayer Dewey's great-great-great-great-grandfather, William Dewie, and how he founded Beach City. It's full of inaccurates, like how he transformed into a giant man, and Jamie's not impressed with the story, feeling like the character lacks, well, character. He's too perfect. He's unhuman. They need something a little bit more tragic and flawed. Steven comes home a little bummed out about the play, but talks to Pearl about it. Pearl actually was there when William Dewie, she tells the accurate version of the story, and it gets turned into a play. Jamie and Steven, behind Mayer Dewey's back, makes that play, which is a much better and more real story. It's more authentic.
I come to you as a messenger of the brilliant Rose Quartz!
We get to see him do the play with Steven playing William Dewie and Jamie playing every other character.
And you know, humans aren't very good swimmers. They ain't.
People really enjoyed the likable character, and Mayer Dewey's super impressed because everyone seems to be really happy with him.
There he is! Hi, Steven!
And that's the episode. For a filler episode, I was really enjoying myself. I'm not the biggest fan of Jamie, but this episode definitely won me over. Just him being really goofy here worked so much better. I didn't really care for him in Love Letters, and his cameo previously, I don't know, just one of those things where he just didn't really stick, but I can see where he gets his fan following. I think a lot of people think he's cute. And if you can ship it, it's popular with this show, from what I can tell. Rocks and rocks. But yeah, I really like Jamie in this episode. I think he's really funny. Well, as soon as he started dressing up as the Crystal Gems, totally won me over. The play itself is really funny and really enjoyable. And what's really cool is since it is historically accurate, we do know how Beach City was made. Plus, the giant woman was most likely a fusion of amethyst, pearl, garnet, and rose. So that's super exciting, especially how tall she was. And I think it's really funny that Mayer Dewie decided to turn the giant woman into Mayer Dewie himself, which I guess it's because of how the actual events happened. I just assumed that was just Mayer Dewie being goofy, but it's kind of cool that he adapted it from reality. We get more of Mayer Dewie and Pearl, which I think is really adorable. The fact that he refers to her as the hot one, and there's a really good funny exchange right here.
Mind if I have a seat?
Okay.
Oh, you know I wrote this play.
The one thing about this episode, though, is it has a really good message about how failure is okay and not always being perfect is okay, which is something that I think a lot of us tend to have to kind of get over. Most of us want to try something on the first try and be good, but that's not always how things go, and that's okay. And in this episode, it basically said, hey, you can fail at something, but what makes you a hero is keep trying until you get it right.
Everybody gets stuff wrong, and then you have to keep going, and it's hard, which is why it's great when you never stop trying.
When did you get so smart?
While I mentioned this was most likely a filler episode, it's probably not in the grand scheme of things. This might be the episode for Pearl to forgive herself. While we know that Garnet is going to get over it, we know that from Keystone Motel, clearly they haven't got over it. I think it's mostly because both gems have to get over the situation. We know that Pearl knew she fucked up, and she's clearly resentful. We know Pearl knows she fucked up. You can tell by her actions and reactions to Garnet. She feels really terrible about it, and I think now she could forgive herself. And I think with both parties now realizing that there was a mistake made, and most people want to move on from it, I think we're going to see it. So it's really interesting that this truly was the week of sardonics. Even the filler episode includes something good. And, you know, I think Mayer Dewie needs to get a little bit more praise. His episodes tend to be pretty good, even with Shirt Club. Oh, wait, Shirt Club.
That's why you always end on a joke.